She lights up all of a sudden because you stop chasing. Not because she misses you, but because she finally respects you. Then there's the part that no one tells you. That shift wasn't about her. It was about the power that you stopped leaking. I've been there, right? Overgiving, getting breadcrumbs and being confused for it. Because we live in a world that tells us that life is fair. We live in a world that tells us that, do you know what? Just do what you need to do. Give what you need to give. And you know, good things come to those who wait, right? Yeah. So I remember being in relationships and giving my very all in exchange for breadcrumbs. And it left me confused because I was thinking, this isn't fair. What's going on? Am I missing something? Maybe I need to go harder. I got to the point where enough was enough. And I shared this in my previous video, being good wasn't enough. Where I hit that plateau where I realized that the world was only gonna reflect what I was happy to tolerate. And I'm gonna say that again, the world was going to reflect and give me what I was happy to tolerate. You see, I went from this weakling who needed who was told by his parents, listen, don't worry, you be good. God will see you for who you are. Yeah. You see, I went from silence, respect, and distance to becoming a magnetic human being. And when I'm saying magnetic, I'm not just saying, oh, you were able to talk whoever you want. No, I'm saying I was able to choose who I wanted to be around. I'm saying if I wanted to walk away, I could walk knowing that the next person will be just as happy to have me around. Why? Because I had learned that confidence doesn't come from owning things or being kind to people. Confidence comes from owning who you are. People would do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. And I'm saying we live in a generation that has normalized alcohol. Let's talk alcohol, friends. I don't drink alcohol, and if you do, listen, I'm not going to judge you. But I want you to understand something here. If I now said to you, hey, let's go drink some bleach, you'd look at me and think, are you crazy? What the hell is your problem? But we can drink alcohol together. Well, if everyone stopped doing it, we should still do it. What's so nice about alcohol? I'll tell you, it's the fact that it gets you to numb the pain. It gets you to forget the fact that you don't know what your soul is saying. If it gets you to realize that if you want to be able to lead with clarity and certainty, that alcohol gives you that extra boost to stop hearing the voice inside your head telling you that you're lying. You're not that guy. You can't do that to that woman. You can't speak to her. You don't have the confidence. So you borrow fake confidence instead of owning the confidence that's within. That's exactly what you're doing when you're chasing her love, instead of facing the fear of not being good enough. And I can only tell you because of my experience. You see, the moment you understand that the moment you're chasing or outsourcing your value based on the people around you or what you do for others, you're subtracting your true value. Because in order for your value to exist, this is what needs to be added. And you're neglecting the very thing that allows you to feel complete. Validation, it's a sick, seeking problem we all faced in childhood. We needed our parents to validate what we were doing. This is good, this isn't good. Sounds familiar? When you do something wrong, that's not good enough. You go to school, you don't get the grades. That's not good enough. So we carry this same mindset into our adulthood years. And we've built a society that thrives off validation. Look at status. What's status? Status is validation, bro. This is why you can have the biggest cars and still feel like a You can have the biggest bank account and still feel the most insecure human being that you are, because all these things are outsourced Because validation is a lie. You didn't need to do something to be enough. You were already enough. There's another thing that we've now developed as children. Performance-based love. We've seen it online. Chivalry, all these guys performing, seeking for the love validation. Women surrounding themselves, sharing what makes them proud of being with their partner and hiding what doesn't. So their partner in the outside world appears perfect. I want him. Let me tell you something that you don't already know. Human beings are flawed. There isn't one that isn't. So the moment you see someone portraying themselves as perfect, just know they may probably be the most broken out of all of them. Someone has no flaws, nothing to be ashamed about. I've told you mine. I was an overgiver. I was a bitch. That was my flaw. And you see, real strength comes from you owning your flaws, not running away from them. But you see, because of the ideology of validation, we circle around it. And we built empires. I've spoken to multi-millionaires went homeless overnight. Do you know what got them back there? It wasn't what they had, because they had nothing. What got them back there was their identity. You see, when you perform-based love, you know how to keep boundaries. I just made a video recently where I said, you see, when you perform, your outcome is to deliver the performance. You're at the football match. What's your job at the football game? If you're a midfielder, protect the defenders and feed the strikers. If you're a striker, score goals. If you're the goalkeeper, don't let anyone score. So we carry that same mindset, I know I did, into everything we do when it comes to performance. Performance love, right? Okay, I need to perform. Let me be the boyfriend that gets the flowers. Let me be the boyfriend that calls every single time. Let me be the boyfriend that communicates. Let me be the boyfriend that's agreeable. Let me be the boyfriend that she can show off. Although that's not really me, is it? That's not really you. You know that, I know that. But they don't, because you're performing. And you see, what you're forgetting or what you're not realizing is that when you perform, there's no boundaries. Because your job is to deliver. When you align, however, when love comes from a place of alignment, what you do is this. You understand that in order for you to create this space where you're this guy, you're the guy, right? Anything that doesn't align doesn't seem right. So you're less inclined to even take action or perform in doing it. You see, I had a lot of guys ask me, how did you become the man that you are today? I take pride in being a husband, don't get me wrong, because that's what gets me to get you guys to listen. But it's beyond that. I didn't just become a husband because there's so many of them out there that I am helping because they can't stand for themselves anymore, because all they know was performance. I became someone that aligned. So regardless of what season I'm in, I'm good. You are watching this video right now. How many views do I have? Prior to this video, maybe this video goes viral, maybe it doesn't, who cares? How many views do I have? Do you think that stopped me? I don't give a shit, bro. How do you think I got here? Because I aligned. Do you know why this is so rare today? Because everybody else performs. And I'm here to tell you, if you're watching this video right now, enough with the performance, start aligning instead. So that your woman can respect you whether you've got money or not. So that the people around you can hear what you've got to say, whether you've got the biggest height or not. So that people can hear out what you've got to say, whether you've got the biggest business or you don't. Because you're not there to perform. Because you can piss right through the freaking bullshit. You can piss right through the cars. You can piss right through the fake confidence. You can piss right through the fake arguments that are disguising a little boy running around, chasing his own tail. See, when you chase her, she doesn't feel desired. She feels burdened. She feels burdened to retaliate. This guy is so nice. And sometimes that doesn't even stop them. Oh no, it doesn't. You think me being nice to my ex was what stopped her from walking away or taking me for granted? Are you crazy? You think me being nice to my wife is what's going to stop her from feeling like she's with someone that's worthless? What is the matter with you? Let me tell you something. In order for you to understand that performance love is so dangerous, I want you to understand the consequences of you carrying on. Not only you're going to burn out, but you're going to lose the very thing that you're trying to protect. I gain experience not just from my experience. I gain experience from the people around me. I saw what performance love done to my parents. Oh yeah, I'm going there. I saw what performance love done to me as a child. I saw what performance love done to so many relationships. So many people performing for years. They look great on paper. They come in, these are the guys, the couple, the golden couple, but deep inside the guy's drowning and the woman resents him because behind closed doors he's a wimp. Clarity is the new currency. Presence over performance. Silence as power, and boundaries over freaking begging. I want you to understand something. When you say less, you say more. Because your absence teaches lessons your presence couldn't. When you're able to analyze what I'm about to say, you have a conversation with yourself and you say, listen, let me speak to myself for a second. Hold on. I remember there was a very simple disagreement actually. So my wife, I told my wife, it's hot right now in the UK, right? I'm going to give you guys some context. So there was some water lying around, and she has this habit of not really finishing the water. So we had a discussion, and I said to her, and babe, do you mind putting the water, put it in the fridge? But she wanted to open a new one. And she abruptly got up and said, I'll just get the water myself, it's fine. I sat there and I thought to myself, why was I about to get defensive as she stood up? And the reason why that is because although in my experience, I'm still practicing and learning. But most importantly, what I done here is I practiced silence, I held silence. As she picked up the water, we sat in the same chair. I didn't respond, I didn't react. I was just sat there in silence, and I could have walked away, which is what a lot of people would do because it's just water. Why does it matter, right? In 10 years, it won't matter. People tell you that. If it doesn't matter right now, in 10 years, why would it? I'm here to tell you different. If it affects your alignment, it does matter. Because you're accepting a pattern that could throw you off course. So what I did is I circled back in that same conversation. I said, babe, I don't think you acknowledge what I said. I think that's probably why I got defensive. And she then said, well, the tone you were using is what caused me to react the way I did. And I said, oh, really? I can apologize. My bad. I didn't mean to speak the way I spoke. I guess I was overloading or saying things that I wasn't thinking about. I acknowledged where I stood. I was hearing her. I wasn't angry, but I was definitely going to address the situation. You see, when you fail to realize or communicate certain things that you're uncomfortable with and you just dash it to the curb because you're peaceful with it, it could be the smallest things. Have you heard of the saying, death by 1,000 cuts? You're probably at cut 997 because all you do is keep the peace. I'm here to tell you that I'm not saying you should shout, bark or scream. No. Have an internal conversation with yourself where you're holding the silence, right? You then challenge or confront the situation in a respectful way. You don't attack the person, but you do attack the situation, especially if it's bothering you. When you don't draw lines, you can't expect people not to cross them. There's nothing there. How do they know what the boundary is? And listen, I'm saying that old me could have easily looked at that situation and escalated it to the max. The moment she got, she took offense to what I said, took offense to what she did, and I'm attacking right back. But I grabbed control of the situation and I said, This is where I want to be with it. Low tone, very slow tone. Hey babe, I had to think about what just happened and it didn't sit well with me. Run me through what I did exactly that was concerning to you. Your tone, I didn't like it. I felt like I was being patronized. Sometimes I can speak and it can come across like I'm very, dismissive. Next time, just let me know that what I've said has inconvenienced you in any way, shape or form. And then at least I can know prior to you getting defensive why you're doing so. I'm not telling you to stop being defensive because I'm not in control of your reactions, but I'm in control of understanding what's coming at me. And you're responsible as an adult to communicate that. And you see, when you set expectations that allow them to catch up to it because you know that there's something that they can fulfill because you've seen the patterns. I'm digressing, but I'm going to come back. What you're doing is you're allowing the standard to be set at a level that everyone can reach. Here's what I teach my high-level clients when they're in this trap. Audit the leaks, text, tone, over-explaining. Write it down somewhere. Audit them. Make sure that you're very clear on what is happening because if you're not, I promise you, you will struggle. You see, I have reached a level where I can do that mentally. But initially, to start off, please, just write it down somewhere on a piece of paper, even in your phone. Number 2, clarify the standard. Write down what your perimeter is. What is your boundary? What does that look like? And what are the consequences for not following that boundary? Number 3, learn how to hold this boundary under pressure. It's either you watch her change or you're happy for her to pack her bags and leave. I'm not saying this should be over every single argument, but when it comes to disrespect, do not take that lightly. Confront it at whatever level before it turns into a fire that you can't tame. You see, disrespect is like this flame. It starts off as a flame and it can be burnt by just pouring some cup of water on it. Have you ever tried to pour a cup of water on a burning house? Won't go any further with it. That's exactly what happens when you let disrespect run free for too long because you decide to keep quiet. Now, if this hits home and you're done being the man who tries hard and still loses, drop me a message, either on Instagram or just book a call in the description with me where I can see how I can actually support you. In my 12-week coaching program, I work with high-performing clients and members and men that really want to sort of push to the next level. They've got their finances in order, but they need to put their house in order first or secondly. Okay? Now, this will allow you to rebuild your polarity, but most importantly, rebuild the respect you need at home because, unfortunately, in today's generation, respect is at high cost. Although it shouldn't, it is. But let's build better relationships, and I'll see you on the next video.